Hello, and welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I'm glad you stumbled across us. This is the first episode of our new campaign, and we are excited to share it with all of you. You'll be able to catch us live Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern at the Broken Table on Twitch, or find those episodes later here on YouTube. I would say a little bit more about us, but I think sometimes it's better just to jump on in, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Chapter 1. Our story begins where one might expect. A tavern, as the light of the rising sun filters through the main hall. The golden rays illuminated the worn wooden bar. Scars in the wood told of the rowdy evenings this room had seen. But for the moment, the room was still and quiet. The barkeep finished his preparations for the day while a familiar traveler did his best to distract him with news from elsewhere in the kingdom. He spoke of coastal politics to the west and of the brewing war to the north. With each tale, the barkeep's eyes flashed the map of Lindia painted on the opposite wall. The few guests currently staying at the inn began to awaken and fill the tables one by one. By the unlit fireplace sat two men that drew many looks the night before. The first was an armored man with dark hair lined in silver. A shield and hammer were set at his side, covered in part by his black and white cloak. Upon all that he bore the sunburst symbol of Pelor, god of the sun. Ryan, anything you'd like to add about your character?
I think that sums it up pretty good. Yeah.
With him was a man who wore no armor at all. He was an orc, a race of green-skinned brutes. His clothes were battered by travel, and bandages covered many wounds that rest alone could not heal. Chipped tusks grew from his jaw, and though they were cracked, they were unbroken. Nick, anything you'd like to add about your character?
No, I think that's accurate.
At the bar sat another odd pair. One was a scrawny sailor with thick, curling hair, and he had set a wooden quarterstaff against the bar by his side, never far from his reach. Jimmy, anything you'd like to add? There's a little bit more bear on that one.
No, I can't think of much to add on physical description.
Beside him sat a wiry spectacled figure. Their features were smooth and refined, with long auburn hair tied in a tight braid. A suit of shining scaled armor only reinforced how few battles they'd fought. Ian, anything you'd like to add about your character?
They are probably very disheveled looking and probably look like they didn't get much sleep last night, and eating a bowl of porridge, half of which has probably fallen into their lap by now as they're reading a book.
All right. A bell affixed to the door jingled as the door swung open, letting the noise of the bustling street in for just a moment. The city of White Sinks was awakening. But just as quick as it opened, the door shut, and the tavern was returned to silence. Another traveler had joined them. There stood a tall boy in dirty clothes. Bright green eyes were the only thing remarkable about him, though he clutched a satchel beneath one arm tightly. Will, anything you'd like to add about your character?
I think that's a good intro description.
The barkeep waved the boy over and bid his friend to leave. The traveler partially pulled his hood down to obscure it as he passed the boy, giving no glimpse of his image. The barkeep was a rotund man, dark in skin, which was a little odd for these parts, but not unheard of. He looked you up and down. You looking for an inn or for breakfast?
Breakfast, and I was told that this was the place to find work for those of a more adventurous means. Yeah.
Would those be licensed or unlicensed?
Unlicensed as of currently. Yeah.
I think we got a couple odd jobs up on the board. They'll be open shortly.
All right.
If you'd like to take a seat, you can.
And then breakfast in the meantime. It's been a little bit of a journey, yeah.
We got a limited selection. He kind of points to a wooden board where a number of items have been kind of written out. It's mostly basic affairs. They're things you are rather familiar with, bland.
The bangers and mash will do nicely, thank you. I'll pay how much would that be?
It'd be 4 copper.
I will pay 4 copper.
And he kind of gestures that you can hold on to it for the moment.
All right.
And
I'll awkwardly do that thing where you like try to put the money back in the bag quickly because you know they're waiting on them.
And he departs to assumably give your order to whoever's working in the kitchen behind. And you're kind of left to look at this room. There's 4 others. It's pretty quiet, quieter than you'd expect. It's definitely a large tavern, and it's kind of below flow at the moment.
All right. I would give a quick hey to anyone who's looking at me, because hopefully no one. And then I'll go to a table and pull out my book and keep it within my robes and try to read through it as best I can.
All right.
How old is this boy
That
just walked in? You said boy, so I'm
about 20.
okay.
And
Okay.
fairly 5'11", 130 scrawny, not a big boy.
Okay. So probably younger or older than his appearance would.
Yes.
let on.
Yes.
Okay.
Liam and Raknul, what would you guys be doing as you're eating?
I assume that they said the quests weren't posted yet.
Yeah, they get
They're
posted.
not.
They get posted in the morning, but we're just eating breakfast and waiting for them to be posted.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
mean,
eating.
I guess that sounds like a great idea. Just eating, wondering why Riona decided to leave the inn at 3 a.m. But yeah, eating breakfast, waiting on potential
And
quests.
being as notable in appearance as this group is, certainly I would say that Samuel and Morgan would have at least seen them the night before and would notice that there is one other of their company that has been.
Sam,
Yeah. What you want, Morgan?
I mean, a lot of things, but scrawny boy, what do you think?
He seems all right. Little shy, but I've been there. It was kind of on the younger side. Gets a little nervous just coming into a place like this.
I mean, he should be. This place is a mess.
Oh, this place is nothing. You're gonna be in for some treats if you really want to be going that far out, as you seem to have been wanting.
Well, I mean, I told you a little bit about that.
Yeah.
It's why we didn't get on the boat.
I mean, yeah. No, I just, it's fine. No. I mean, if being perfectly honest, I'm kind of glad we wound up not leaving quite yet. I wasn't exactly in a rush to head back out. Oh.
God damn it! I've spilled porridge again.
Oh my god. Actually, I don't think I can help you with that. No.
I just pull up the tunic and start. Damn it!
About this time, the innkeep returns to the room, kind of looks around, and finds where you've sat. Brings over the porridge that what was it you ordered? Sorry.
Bangers and mash.
Yeah, he brings that to you.
Thank you.
Raknul, what sort of job do you think we should do? I'd certainly like to see if we can be as helpful as possible, but I'm not sure what kind of jobs they'll even allow us to do since we're not in the guild.
And you do have kind of, you would be aware of the fact that the plan, as it were, was to get Riona to take the jobs for you, but with your companion missing, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch to try and take any job that's going to make you much. You've been here a couple days now, and you've seen some jobs come through, but most of them were either pretty minor tasks with pretty ill pay, or were a little above the head of an entry adventurer.
We should
It has been slim pickings for sure.
Maybe we should find more allies and take something tougher but split pay.
Our allies would be nice. Not the most reliable looking group of people in here, though.
You do see he kind of walks over, the barkeep kind of walks out into the center of the room. Now I know what you're all here for. And I got some good news and I got some bad news. We got a few jobs in today, and that's the good news. But the bad news is none of them are the adventuring sort. At least not for unlicensed. Now, does any of you have an adventuring license?
No.
I think that kind of answers the question.
Look around the room. Anyone responding?
But I'll let you know if anything comes in today. But for now, you're welcome to the jobs that be. And he seems to post 2 notes up on one of the bulletin boards on the side.
Well,
All right, I'll go
Sam,
check them out.
hopefully we're not cleaning out the latrines again for the guards.
I'll gesture to Liam and try to get him to go up and look at them.
All right. I'll go take a look.
And I'll
Calm down.
I mean, I'll get up and go with you
that.
if you're stage fright.
I assumed you nudged me with your orcish strength.
Yeah. Give you a little pat on the back, and you lurch forward 5 feet.
I'll take a look, and I'll walk over and take a look.
and
All right.
I've not seen the board, so I would also get up pretty quickly to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link these, I think, because I was going to try and print them, but as images, but there was kind of something that was a little bit odd earlier. I know that's kind of, I wish I had them in Rule 20 for you guys, but I think this will do. I guess I'll just throw them in Discord.
Lost wife.
This is the job. This job is new, but it does bear a seal on the bottom right that it would indicate that it requires a licensed adventurer. Is the first one there?
That's a bummer. I was excited for a second.
You, Chris. Fuck you.
Wanted. I will read this for the sake of our viewer.
Oh, I can put it up on
yeah.
screen.
Oh,
but it might still be, why don't we have somebody read it?
I'll take wanted actor. wanted
Alright.
actor. I am seeking a skilled actor to portray an alchemist from Erethax, or another such city of similar standing. My son, Thayan, has taken to dyeing his hair against his father's wishes. It has always been his dream to study alchemy. If he heard his hair was odd for an alchemist, perhaps he would listen to me about it. 2 gold pieces for the attempt, 5 gold pieces if successful. Please arrive disguised, seeking the master of the Thayan Trelli and her bright son. Thank you for your discretion, Orella Trelli. I mean, that really just seems like a family counselor like situation.
All right. I think I should be the one for you to lost wife here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say that you should read that one.
All right. Missing Holly Jimmerstein. My beloved wife Holly has gone missing, and I have nowhere to turn. Neither the King's Marshals nor the South Shore Watch will investigate further, and the Chancellery of Adventurers claims this is not an adventure, as no danger is involved, and she is in not need of rescue. But I believe she may be in need of rescue. I believe she has been kidnapped as part of a robbery, and hope to see her return. 2 gold pieces shall be provided in return for any information on her. 10 gold pieces shall be provided in return for her location. 50 gold pieces shall be provided upon her safe return. My name is Uradum Jimmerstein, and I can be found at any hour at 8 Offerson Street.
All right, and then I think I posted the third one, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do it.
Yes. We're waiting somebody to read it. Do you want me
Yeah,
to read it?
I'm waiting for somebody to read it.
Help wanted. Regrettably, the time has come to take care of my father. I take no pleasure in this, however, I lack the necessary skills to ensure it is done properly. At minimum, he is to be put 6 feet beneath the ground. 8 copper pieces are to be paid when it is done. A plot has been purchased by his estate, and the body is held in the something public crypt. The crypt keeper... The what? Trivium public crypt. The crypt keeper attempted to extort me for completion of this task and should not be trusted. Sincerely, Joseph Earl Jr.
What do you think, Sam?
Well, I mean the grave matter. I mean that's kind of an easy that was kind of an easy one for me. And Chris, how would you describe the flooring situation of the tavern we're in?
The flooring?
Yeah.
It's a kind of a long tavern. It's built along the side of the kind of a not a cliff, but a bluff, an overlook. So it's kind of built long to accommodate a wall of windows that are faced towards the east, from which the sunlight's coming through. There's a bar kind of opposite it, and a stair on the kind of the left side if you're looking towards the windows, and there's a door on the right side which opens into the street outside.
All right. Well, maybe with a more literal interpretation. What's the floor made out of?
Wood.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
There's probably dirt beneath it, but it does seem that they have.
Yeah, but I don't want to damage the taverns. I don't want to damage the tavern to prove a point.
Yeah.
As opposed to what you would have done if the floor was made of dirt.
It is what I would have done because I could have repaired it.
You
But
seem like a bad Airbnb guest. Well,
anyways, that one's kind of a trivial one. But I'm kind of interested in this missing wife business.
There's a lot of money to be paid out for the missing wife.
Oh God! Oh God!
oh my! You are.
Hi.
We can't take that one though, can we?
You are.
Why not?
Brick house.
It does bear a stamp that notes that it is of an entry class or E class position, which means that if you have a license to adventure or are otherwise legally able to adventure, then you may take this like job. But without any license, you cannot still.
Oh, we still can't? Ah, fuck.
Well, I
Did
mean,
we look into how to get a license? Is that something I can't remember.
And it's sensible that you wouldn't know because within your order, usually they are one of the exempted classes of people that once they reach a certain rank or if they are on business for your order, then they do not usually require a license to adventure.
Okay.
You being out in the world may require one.
That makes sense. Tell you what, I'm gonna go up to the barkeep and ask. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So this we've seems to have come to a point where we need to be doing a little bit more. What is the fastest way to attain an adventuring license?
It depends on what category you're going for. You carry a sword there, or a mace, a hammer, a weapon that is heavy. There are certain requirements that must be met. They must be proven before an official of the crown within the city, the Chancellery of Adventures. You can also gain a license through a guild, who then themselves goes through the Chancellery of Adventures, but that requires you to be accepted by the guild.
So,
Slightly. There's different classes of license.
Right. Well, whatever the most basic one at the moment would probably get us through. So we go to the Chancellery, and there's some sort of test. I'm not sure I quite.
Generally
understand.
speaking, how many adventures have you participated in?
On the books, not very many.
It is customary to have participated in at least 3 to 5 adventures before attempting to apply for a license. Hence, establishments like my own where adventurers can come together with unlicensed individuals.
I see. And
So something like
proof
that
of
job
said
there, you don't need
adventures-
an adventuring license to participate. You just need an adventuring license to claim the posting.
Ah, okay. I think I understand. So technically, we could go on that mission. Posted, we just can't claim the reward as an adventurer.
Yes, and there's other laws that would probably restrict you from participating in the mission as written without a license, just to clarify. But if even one of you had a license, then I could allow you to participate in an E-class mission, which that one is, because it is open to generally anyone. It's assumed that there is no danger involved in the job.
Right.
But unfortunately, you do not have a license. However,
Of course.
you will see there are some other good jobs there, and one of them is pretty well paying, as far as such things are concerned.
Well, me and my companion's skill sets, one of them I feel would be terribly not the best suited for. The other one we could probably do, but I did hear some of the other gentlemen talking about doing it. I'll discuss it with him. Raknul, have you taken a look?
Yes.
Well, we can't take the good one, so
So
we can easily do the grave digging one if we just want to get some quick money.
Then let's do it.
All right.
Well,
No
hold
problem
on.
with me.
I've already taken the posting.
But not to split the bounty, but I could make that an easier job for you if you were allow me to tag along.
Now, hold on.
Just digging a grave. You realize that, right?
Yes, but it's a matter of
Not a
seconds
complicated
versus-
task.
I have certain skills that would help this along.
How good are you
But
with a shovel?
Digging skills, huh?
I'm skills with the earth, we might say.
Like with a shovel. You can use a shovel.
Something like that. I've
What,
used
like
a shovel before, yeah.
Not sure I like the vagueness of this particular skill set of yours.
I'm gonna insight check them to see if they're gonna freak out if I mention magic.
Yeah, go ahead. Just insight check them to see what their interactions with the arcane might be and their general reactions.
Solid 8.
I would normally have them roll a deception check, even if they're not trying to be deceptive. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's because you're asking for a pretty specific subset of judgment. These people look like they've seen some hardship on the road. They seem like they aren't exactly new to the world. One of them is pretty bright-eyed and looks like they might, like, you recognize them as being somebody of a religious order of some sort of official training. But neither of them has anything about them that screams arcane, but neither of them has anything that particularly portrays them as being ignorant or a simple commoner.
All right. I'm gonna quickly open my brown traveling coat and just cast light on, or pull out some phosphorus and cast light on the inside of my jacket, and then immediately drop that as soon as I can.
So you're flashing them.
You could say. I'm opening up my jacket, and
Flashing
Make
is
a
cool.
hand check.
that's good.
Chris,
Awful.
do I realize why he's being? I guess, I know that magic's not common, but is there a real reason for the secrecy that I would know of?
So you do this.
Mhm.
It's a pretty bright light, and even though the sun has kind of come up and there's light casting through, it doesn't change the fact that basically you're turning on a very bright flashlight underneath your cloak in kind of a spotlight direction. So pretty much everyone in the room sees there's kind of a momentary flash of light, or kind of a dazzling, almost prismatic coloration. And then it goes out as you cover your cloak, and it's really not hard to tell why.
Yeah.
As far as why he would be secretive about magic, people react differently when things they don't understand occur. You're definitely familiar with the fact that, there's been a lot of bad spellcasters, and there's a lot of bad myths and legends about them. There's a lot of good spellcasters. Some of the heroes of the realm, the highest kind of upheld individuals, are the few powerful sorcerers that are held within the nation. But it doesn't change the fact that there's been a lot of ill things that have been wrought by them.
Right.
Well, I guess
Okay,
that'll
then.
help if we decide to dig at night.
No. So I
So
have.
it's a
magical
different skill
abilities.
that he's probably implying,
Yeah.
Raknul, but
I don't see the harm in
If
bringing him
you
along.
don't have any problems with it, I have no problem with him assisting.
It's fine.
Very well. What's your name again?
Elrich.
Elrich.
I don't think I've.
Just Elrich.
Uh,
I hold out my hand. Liam Cross.
Oh, nice to meet you. Just Elrich, yeah. Oh wow, you're both fairly large. Yeah.
Well, you aren't small. That's upsetting.
How tall is Liam? Aren't you 7 foot tall?
No, I'm my height in real life.
Just
Pretty
6
close,
foot
6'4".
6'6".
Just like, oh, hi there.
Roll back to our last campaign. He's relatively short. He's only like 6'2".
Thanks, man. I appreciate the shade.
Average size. So does this have do we have directions on where to go to kind of get this started? The grave matter?
Are you attempting to claim the job?
Yes.
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 We're attempting to claim it.
You all would have seen that how this generally works is you take it to the bartender, and he is
Okay.
the one who is running this show, so to speak. So like,
I'll hand the posting to Liam and say you should probably talk to him.
Gentlemen,
You
I
probably
can't
not
help
wrong.
but notice you were you're taking our posting.
But we have it.
I'm sorry, good sir, but I do believe we took the posting first. I don't mean to be rude, but
I mean, he's got a point there,
Well,
Morgan.
Yeah.
No, Morgan. I don't know how intense you are on letter of the law here.
Not very.
All right, perfect. My kind of friend. I have another idea.
We
if you
get a
wanna-
sponsor?
What? No, not even a little bit.
Well, I mean, if we had a sponsor, we could take the bigger job. Plus, as a cleric, I would be.
Okay, well, now that actually might not be that bad of an idea. Now that you say it out loud like that, I was just gonna go talk to the fella, because I'm gonna be honest. If I was missing my wife, I can't really imagine I'd be in a situation where someone came up, offered me help, and I would go, but you don't have a license. Can't take that. So,
But can we afford to work pro bono?
what? No, we're not working. I mean, we might have to work at a slight discount, but again, we should be able to claim the reward all the same if he's willing to look past the fact that we don't have a license, which I imagine he would be.
But I mean, I'm very short on money.
Okay, Morgan,
Yes.
we're gonna be fine. If worst case scenario, I can always go out and catch us a couple birds, and you can eat off of that for a little bit.
Okay.
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 See, the thing is that posting that they just took is 8 copper. That's 2 of that little scrawny man's meals that he just ordered. That's not going to get you much. If we take even half of the pay for working as unlicensed adventurers on the internet, that's 25 gold. That's 30 times, dang near, or a little bit over 30 times the amount that we'd make going down and watch me snap my fingers to open up a hole in the ground.
True.
So if they want to go snap their fingers, I say we go make some actual money.
All right. If nothing else, it at least gets us maybe in contact with the person we can work for a while.
Yeah. I would have definitely said that loud enough for them to overhear my musings on it. Try to keep it away from the bartender, because he seems like the type of fellow that might have a problem with unlicensed adventurers dealing in unlicensed adventures. But because I do at least understand that this is a tough enough job that 2 people is probably not going to be enough.
I'm gonna do the kind of oftentimes skills fall in the middle of other skills. I'm just gonna kind of call one here.
Yeah.
Make me a deception check.
Okay.
This is conveying your words to the party as well, or to the other 3 people, as well as hiding it from the bartender.
Yep. No. Fair enough. Deception. 11.
You're able to kind of gesture to them and like indicate that you like this job you take, and kind of like get them the idea of what's going on while you're having this conversation. You kind of give one the eye and have that back and forth eye contact. You gather they get the idea, and the other three of you, you do get the idea that he's intending to do one of the jobs under the table.
Yeah. I just kind of shake my head no.
You're just shaking your head.
Look at Raknul, like.
I would not be a huge fan of that now.
Yeah, I think let's I think we'll stick with the plan we have right now.
I mean, I do see his point about that being more rewarding, but I don't want to. I think a black spot like this might be bad when we actually go for a license.
I have a question. Why can't we do both? You said you can snap your fingers and a hole in the ground appears, right?
Yeah, I don't think the issue is having to pick one or the other. I think the issue is maybe wanting to stay away from things that could possibly get us in trouble down the line.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I would rather not, do anything of that nature. I'd like to keep it on the books and on the straight and narrow as much as possible, please.
We could always.
Well, anyways, me and Morgan go out for a walk, aren't we, Morgan?
Yes, Sam.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see y'all fellas back here later on tonight.
It's
a very nice bar.
It was nice to meet all
Pleasure
of
meeting
you.
As you're headed out, the door actually opens in front of you, and there's kind of a man rolling a small cart in. Excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep, sorry.
No, you're going that way too. Hold on.
He does kind of like, he seems to almost deliberately follow you. He's he's like 6'4". He's relatively tall. I would say 6'4", relatively tall. And he's wearing full plate armor. And you can see he almost is kind of being a dick as he's like rolling the cart. Damn.
You first.
Is he still outside as he's being a dick?
No, he's coming.
Oh, damn it.
Damn. And you see the bartender kind of look over, and he kind of knowingly look. You got him. That was quick. It always is quick. You've got another one for me. And you see Dale kind of just quickly pull out another page, and he takes one page, puts another page down, and he slides kind of this row of crates that are kind of covered up on the off the cart, and kind of turns around to leave.
Oh, jeez.
Is there any visible indicators of what might be in the crates?
Make a perception check. And as Dale is going over, and he seems to the innkeep is Dale, by the way, is going over and seems to be kind of verifying the contents, lifting up the sheets that are covering the crates.
Hey, 11 squad, let's go, Morgan.
Hell yeah, brother.
You don't really gather, but seemingly unbidden, having heard the voice of whoever walked in, a younger man who you saw working at the bar the previous night emerges from the kitchen. Those going to the back with the others? And Dale kind of gives him a nod as he kind of comes for the crates. He lifts them, and one off the top begins to kind of teeter and fall. Dale kind of goes for it, but before he can, it crashes into the ground. There's the distinct noise of glass breaking, and then immediately, as kind of like almost small, like marble-sized lights begin to kind of run and dart around the room. And you see Dale is kind of his eyes wide. Catch them quick!
Can I try and catch one?
Can I get everyone to roll initiative?
All right, fuck
You
it.
can, brother.
You don't have character icons, so I guess I'll have to
Go.
throw you in a different map, maybe? No, I can throw you on the side of this map, I think.
Yeah, you can just throw us on this map and then.
And then we can make a bunch of jokes about, oh, look how big I am, because you throw us on the overworld map, and like it's not actually funny, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
as is tradition.
As is tradition.
Can we
Hey
drag
guys,
them
good
on?
news. I can cause fear in one of these.
Oh wait. Oh no, I don't have.
Well, what are they, Ian? Could they
They're
possibly
probably
be?
Fae.
Make an Arcana check. Ian?
Bitch, I'm fantastic at those.
11 squad, let's go.
No, that's
Yeah.
initiative. Still.
Oh,
hey,
23.
there's the Arcana.
You do instantaneously recognize that these are the small beings known exactly as Fae.
Also
As
17
what?
for initiative. As Fae. They're
You forgot
Fae
to
creatures.
you forgot to select your token, Ian.
Oh, whoopsie.
I got it in here for you.
I'll manually edit.
Ah, dear. Let's
Oh
see.
no, I'm start. Oh well, no, I'm okay.
God damn it, Jimmy.
Around. Don't move. Don't move.
Dude, this fight's gonna be so easy. I'm as big as the town.
The number of times you make parallel to that exact joke really never gets old.
Are we sure? Are we sure it's gonna be easy? Because I don't think your hands can like close tightly enough to actually catch them when you're that big.
Oh, that's a good point. Shit. May have played
Yeah,
myself.
actually, that's a good point. Like, if you're a category above gargantuan, is it harder or easier to fight a tiny creature?
I didn't think I had to get art for them, so we're gonna go with this duck. And look how much bigger it is than you guys, so you're fine.
So I did step out for a second. Are we trying to capture or kill these things?
Capture.
He said capture.
Capture.
He said catch them quickly.
I'd like to stab it through the heart non-lethally.
Non-lethal ray of sickness.
Non-lethal disintegrate?
Can I shower myself in its blood while it's
All right,
while
Morgan.
keeping it alive?
Morgan, as your turn begins, you see these small, slightly winged creatures. Now that they've been moving for a moment, you can definitely make out they do appear to be a kind of a sight that's familiar to you. Not quite as large as pixies, but kind of smaller, winged humanoid things.
Uh,
And they appear to be searching for a way out of the room.
I will cast Bless on Sam, myself, and Raknul. Why not? Raknul, rather.
How many people can you cast that on?
3 people.
3.
Oh, okay. Neat.
All right. Do you have a focus, or are you sprinkling water across them all?
He pulls out his symbol of Ioun, which is attached to the chain on his glasses, and just sort of wiggles it, and his glasses flash for a second, and suddenly all 3 of you see arcane runes and mathematical equations pointing you at the fucking fairies.
So anime. I love it.
So yes, he does have a focus.
Stupid gibberish.
And all of you begin to hear, or like, almost know things, slight things about these fairies, these fae. Really, not fairies; they're fae. But it's like weird. You can't quite place the knowledge, but it's just kind of an extra little bit of insight into them that might help you.
Do watch out for tricks. Fae are weird. And I'll end my turn.
Raknul.
Are there any... You said they were searching for a way out.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any immediate, like, openings in the room? Like an open window or the door?
The windows are actually not open. They are glass windows.
Okay.
They kind of overlook the large cataract-like falls outside where the river goes over a series of rocks and kind of a really beautiful cascade. But because there is the cascade there, there's a lot of moisture in the air, and the windows have to exist or this entire room would be as damp as the space outside the building.
Okay.
Beyond that, sorry, there's the stairs upstairs, and you saw two of the Fae seem to be kind of making for the stairs. Several of them are currently trying to pull open the doorknob to the door onto the outside street. One has swung past the door into the kitchen, and the remaining ones are all kind of trying the windows.
Oh, okay. So they're all like separating.
Yeah, they're splitting up.
I'm gonna try and... I'm gonna try and grapple the one that's trying to open the door.
There's three trying to open the door.
Oh, there's 3 of them trying to open the door. How many of them can I grab at a time?
How many would you like to try and grab at a time? I will raise the I'll give them a buff relative to the number you select.
I'm gonna try and just grab one with one hand.
All right, go ahead. Make a
Athletics.
athletics. We'll say.
Oh, is it not an attack roll first?
No, that's... I mean,
Oh, no,
okay.
it's grappling.
Yeah, like I'm trying to grab them and pull them away.
Yeah, sorry.
I am blessed. Oop. And then 13.
You bring your hands together at an astonishing pace, and even faster, the small creature darts out of the way as your hands kind of come together in a clap, and you begin to realize that maybe using strength directly to do such a task might result in a little bit of bug squashing. It's hard to control raw strength when you're trying to grab something as small as these little creatures.
Oh, well then I'll just hold the door shut.
But you did scatter them away from the doorknob, and I'll let you stick one foot in front of the door, which pretty much prevents them from doing what they're trying to do. One of them from the door kind of circles around and starts playing with the bell above the door in response. And there's just kind of an annoying ding 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 now going across the room. On their turn, they are going to be. You watch the two that were going upstairs, like towards the stairs, dart up through the upstairs. The one that was darting through it darted into the kitchen through kind of a swinging door that connects the two spaces. We'll say I will roll. The ones at the windows are all unsuccessful, surprisingly, at getting the windows open or finding a way through. We'll say that one is remaining at the door, whereas the other two at the door, one is darting for the kitchen, one is darting for the upstairs. And that brings us to Samuel's turn.
All right. How far away are the stairs from me?
I would say about 30 feet.
About 30 feet. And how far up the stairs is that one?
The one that just ran is just on the top of the stairs.
Just on top of the stairs?
Like the bottom of the stairs. Like
bottom of the stairs?
Go up.
Okay. Yeah. So for my action, I'm gonna cast Jump on myself.
All right.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna wild shape into a dire wolf.
You all. What is the casting? Can you post jump in chat so I can?
I can read it out loud to you. I don't have it saved because I'm
just
bad.
a description of what it looks like while you cast that would be as good.
Oh yeah, I just like kind of reach into my pocket and pull out a couple like insect legs, specifically from a grasshopper. and just kind of crush them. And there's just kind of like this like sort of magic kind of like runs around me and then just like sticks itself to my legs.
All right.
And then
A green ethereal magic running in spirals around your legs.
Yeah. And then I will bonus action wild shape.
And then suddenly you watch the man you all just met in the tavern hunch over, shrink down, and become a wolf.
And then I will get a solid 10-foot running start.
You all have had some participation in folklore. That does look like something those of you from the common realm would think of.
It smells like lycanthropy. Lycanthropy.
It does kind of sound like a werewolf. You all.
Now wait a minute. There's no full moon out.
But you dart for the stairs.
I run 10 feet for the stairs, and then I jump 51 feet up to 51 feet.
All right. So are you running past the Fae?
I'm running past. I'm jumping over it and like getting in its way and block it.
Right?
Yeah.
You watch and go. "Ah!" So you like get this like close up view as you like jump like over top the flying thing, as it immediately stops and turns around. It's not gonna go up the stairs anymore from where you're.
Yeah, I'm just standing at the top of the stairs barking and howling.
All right, Liam.
So is there one that's still trying to like get out the door?
There's one at the door. It looks like it might just be trying to taunt Raknul.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out. I lost.
Look,
kind of track.
I can get advantage on those athletic checks by raging.
You're gonna
so
squash it.
Raknul's got one by the door, and another one has been blocked off from going up the stairs.
Yeah. So there's one that's blocked out in the room right now. There's one that's blocked off from going upstairs. There's one playing with the bell above the door. There's one running into the kitchen, or flying into the kitchen. And there are 6 currently trying to pick their way out of the windows one way or the other, fiddling with the latches and the locks.
Okay. The one trying to flee into the kitchen, I'm going to grab my holy symbol, which I'm going to, because I didn't lay it out already, I'm going to say it's the pillar symbol on a necklace, and I'm going to cast command and tell him to freeze.
Oh. He rolls a what for that?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom.
It's only one of them, though.
It's only one of them.
It is a 15.
Oh, that easily makes it. I'm pretty sure.
Woo! Level 2. Level 2.
Yeah. Seeing that my attempt has failed, I will try to run up.
He hears you. He does like look past. He kind of gives you a smirk, and he sticks up the middle of 3 fingers that he has.
Read between the lines, man. Read between the lines.
No, he only stuck up one finger.
Could I try to?
Yeah, that doesn't work like that.
Could I try to run over there and block him off? How far is it?
It would be difficult to block him off. Like you do have enough. Like you could run over there, but he's currently like going through the doorway, so to speak. It's a very small creature. I mean, you could try and get around him and interpose, but
right. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ignore that one, and I'll go over to wherever the nearest one that's trying to like fiddle with locks, and I'll just kind of get over there and try to prepare to grab it the next time I'm able to move.
You run over to the window, and like there's a couple of them that are like, as they realize like your shadow looms them now, and they realized your presence. Elrich.
That's it.
Where is the biggest group of them?
There are 3 of them on one single window.
And for the two that went upstairs, can I see them? Are they in a grouping or are they just out of sight?
I mean, the ones that are upstairs are upstairs. You don't see those anymore.
All right. On those three, trying to position it as far away from Liam as I can. I'm going to with one hand, I'm going to start drawing some green circles in the air, and with my offhand, I just throw a pile of rose petals that just disintegrate as they fly forward. And I'm going to cast Sleep.
All right.
So
5d10.
13 health worth of Fae.
13. Yeah, you watch. They kind of, and they all kind of like poisoned insects. They rain down on the windowsill.
All right. Yeah, and any other would carry over to Liam, but I'm guessing he has more than 13 health himself. So
Liam, how many hit points do you have?
well, no, it would be after the fairies, or
Yeah, but you know,
I have
Liam, how many hit points do you have?
18.
Yeah.
really?
18.
Huh, only 18, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Is that your turn? Oh, yes.
I'm gonna, and I'll also then move into the kitchen.
All right.
Yeah, fucking 13 HP.
That will be Morgan. Your turn.
Morgan will go up to the one that's ringing the bell, and in Sylvan, excuse me, little friend, would you mind coming back down here? I don't, I'm worried you might get hurt.
You could use your action to make a persuasion check should you choose.
I will choose so.
All right.
Despite the fact that it's the thing that I am the worst at. 18.
Bless.
It doesn't apply.
It applies to skill checks,
Checks.
doesn't
Oh,
it?
it does?
Doesn't it? Or is it just attack rolls and saving throws?
Attacks and savings.
Ah, never mind.
Yep, so 18.
You want? He is. Why you get me?
I will give you a shiny cotton. No, actually, I don't think you'd care for that. How about I tell you a story?
And you see he flies up a little bit higher. He hasn't fled. He's still pending negotiation, but he has flown up high enough to try and evade Raknul's reach without Raknul jumping to catch him.
All right, and that's where I'll end my turn. Which Raknul may invalidate that.
Raknul, and I'll give you this one because he really can't move off his turn. It's more of a just description of his demeanor. Raknul, instead of I'm going to let him do it, but I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity.
Oh,
Wait, what's happening?
I'm going to give you a grapple of opportunity as the thing tries to fly up from you.
I mean, I heard what Morgan said.
Do you speak Sylvan?
Yes, I do.
Then yeah, you very much understood.
I'll just leave it.
All right, and that does bring us to your turn.
That was disappointing.
I want to keep one of these. These sound adorable.
I'm going to I'm gonna dump out the contents of my backpack. Do I have that with me, or did I leave it in a room?
Up to you.
You were going out
I left it
working.
in a room. It's in a room.
You were going out working. I'd say you'd have it.
Okay.
I would say it's up to Nick. Would Raknul have come down to breakfast prepared to leave?
I mean, that was the point of We were
Yeah.
going to take a job and then leave.
Then your backpack is on your back.
If he's anything, he's practical. Yeah, I'm just gonna like take the bag and like dump its contents in front of the door and like take the unconscious ones and like stuff them in the bag.
All right.
And then just like cinch it closed.
I'll allow you to do all that. So you run over to the window and you begin to kind of and then
Yeah,
shut.
I'll hold it. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll let that be a turn. Let's see. On these little guys' turn, the one that was at the bottom of the stairs is going to run fly towards the windows. I thought I had underscore on here, but I guess I don't. I was keeping a written list of where they're at. The good old days of your quote theater of the mind. So yeah, it's gonna run and join the one that's alone at a window, and together they're going to try and get the window open. And you see they succeed. Those two, the two not that are with Ryan, but like opposite side of the wall with the windows. You hear a kind of a click as the window goes up maybe like an inch, but that's all they need is they slip out from underneath. So 2 have escaped. The other 2 are next to you, Ryan, and they're frantically trying to get the window open, but they fail.
Beautiful.
That brings us to Samuel's turn.
You said there are 2 upstairs already, right?
Yeah.
Can I try and hear them out?
Hear him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a
Alright.
make a perception check.
With advantage, because keen hearing.
Good dog.
Good dog. He's such a boy.
You've transformed into Barry Von Bear Bear.
Growly Von Growl Growl, thank you very much.
All right, so 17 plus, so 20.
Or is it Barry Von Growl Growl?
It's very hard, growl, growl.
Yeah, I'll say you hear kind of a and you like look and you see one that's really small and trying to be subtle, but trying to pull open the door by pulling the bottom of the door. He doesn't seem to understand how doorknobs work.
What kind of check would it be to just put him in my mouth without killing him?
We'll say I would say sleight of hand.
Everybody knows that dire wolves are part Labrador.
Sleight of snout.
Gosh.
All right, so my dex is +2, and I don't think Samuel has proficiency in sleight of hand, but let's find out.
Yeah, so like normally, like there are rules for like what would it be to try and like bite something and hold on to it normally, and that would just be a grapple with the flavor of it being in your mouth. But and this is because they're so small, I'm kind of improvising a little bit because this is kind of not a typical fight.
16.
Let me roll for it.
Natural 1. Come on, Chris.
You catch it and it's like you kind of like your mouth is like half open around it. You feel it like trying to like bang around, but then it kind of just like has its hands and it's like, oh, its hands are like on your teeth like bars.
like bars to a cage.
I'm gonna run back downstairs with it.
All right, you do. It does begin to try and prod and pick and find another way out, but for now it's there.
How? I mean, I can make it back completely downstairs, can't I?
Yeah, it should be at what's your speed?
50.
I'll say you can get halfway down the stairs.
And then I can still jump. I can still jump 50 feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so ostensibly 100 feet with jumping.
Yeah, I would say you.
Wait, does jumping cost movement?
I don't think you can jump further than your remaining.
Yeah, I don't think you can jump farther than your remaining movement.
I do believe that is part of the text.
Okay. Well, then that seems kind of okay. Okay, so I can just jump 50 feet. Okay, never mind.
The main purpose of the spell is to be able to jump across things or up things.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's fair. Okay, well then, yeah, I make it halfway down the stairs. That's fine.
It is a pretty low level spell and is not intended to be of the
Yeah.
super powerful nature. All right, that will bring us to Liam. You got two.
I guess I'm gonna try to.
The window in front of you.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have anything that would help me in this matter? Doesn't look like it. So I'm just gonna try to reach up. They're fairly small. They're small enough that I could easily grab two of them, one in each hand, right?
And there are like 3 sleeping right by you.
No, the 3 that were sleeping
they're sleeping.
have been gathered into a sack
Oh, all right. Never mind then.
by Raknul.
I'll attempt to grapple.
Out his bag last round and approached you, Elrich, and threw them all into his bag and then held the position.
I will attempt to grapple them.
All right.
So just a raw strength.
I would say so. I would say really so you can either try and grab. You can only do one grapple, so to speak, but you may attempt to catch both of them in one grapple or not. It just makes it harder to do the one grapple. And follow-up statement is, so you can do athletics, you can do strength in that typical way, but it's going to be a sleight of hand check if you're really trying to do it without damaging them. I would really allow. No, it would have to be really a sleight of hand check to not damage them. But they aren't. They do have more than 1 hit point, so you might not. You might not kill them.
I might not.
It's a range between 2 and infinity, man.
Only if I try to do 2, or is it? It's either way. If I try to.
It's either way.
What if I use dexterity?
Then yeah. If you,
can
I mean, you can use dexterity. That would be a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Effective
point. Jeez, this is just lovely. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to grab both of them with the old sleight of hand here. No, that's not gonna work. Not
Hey,
the slightest.
Well, you don't know. They're rolling counter rolls. You actually do catch one out of the air with a cup. You rolled a 2.
Beautiful.
Plus his mod, but the mod wasn't.
Is there was a sack or something that they were being shoved in?
Yes.
Is it close enough that I can run over there and put the one that I caught in there?
Yes. Sure.
I will do that.
That'll be your turn, though. Yeah, I'll let you with Raknul's assistance.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Get it. Bag.
Yep. I
Kind
mean,
of being loosey-goosey with the action economy here. We're level 2.
we're level 2 and we're chasing fairies.
And doing quite poorly.
That makes it sound bad. Don't know why.
I mean,
but it makes it sound
My
bad.
one ability that I have that's
know,
very
right?
helpful failed.
Why?
So
Elrich.
Okay, I'm gonna rush in the kitchen, see if I can see the 2 that ran in there or flew in there.
We're running to the kitchen.
Yeah. Let's see if I can spot those 2.
Let's see. Were you already in the door of the kitchen, right?
I had already started that way.
Yeah. I mean, the one that was there, literally, you were almost passing each other as he was flying in. You were running up, and you can see he's just flying around, seemingly looking for where the other one went. The other one is not in sight. You can make a perception check to try and find the other one where he is, but you do see one currently trying to do the same thing.
How big is the room?
It's about we'll say 15 by 20 space. There is a door with a staircase that goes down, and there's a door with a that kind of looks like it's a like kind of a back door, so to speak, access, and then there is an additional room behind as well that might be storage or something. You aren't sure. You've not been in this room before.
I'm gonna drop another sleep. Hitting the ferry I can see at the far end and trying to get it as close to the 2 doors as I can.
And that will end concentration on your original sleep, right?
Sleep isn't concentration.
Oh, is it not concentration?
Nope.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It just
That seems highly abusable.
yeah, but it only lasts a minute.
Yeah. And it's a 20-foot range. So I don't know how that works in the dimensions. All right, let's roll this. 28 health worth of shit.
Where are you centering it, so to speak?
So I wanted the one end to be like hitting the ferry I could see, and then the rest of it being as close to the doors as possible.
Which door?
Trying to get both because it is a 20-foot radius area.
3 doors.
Huh?
3 doors. You can get 2 doors in the radius of it.
Then the one going down and the one leading outside.
All right.
And hopefully not hit myself because I don't want to put myself to sleep. Is that possible?
I think you can do it. Wait. No, you really can't if you're trying to hit 2 doors. You could target 1 door and place it like further away, but if you're trying to target 2 doors, you're really putting it inside the room, and anywhere inside the room is going to catch you because of the shape of the room.
Can I back up before casting?
Yeah. I mean, you're not dumb.
Yeah.
Or are you? Make an intelligence check.
Elrich is smarter than Will. I will say that.
But he is new to, well,
He doesn't have a great idea.
Nah, I was fishing for a 1. I would have made you do it if you were rolling a 1, but for that. But fun fact, wizards, you could cast sleep on yourself, right? Like, like to help you get to sleep at night.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it would only last for a minute.
Yeah, but like, you know how it is. Once you're already asleep, you like to stay asleep.
Maybe.
You wake up, then you're like, I was already there. Let's just go back.
All right.
oh, I'm comfy.
I present to you the
You
procrastination
want to use
wizard.
for a magical item. It just puts you to sleep.
God, that
Oh,
would
it does.
sell so well.
Right?
I'd buy it.
It's
Alright.
just a bottle of melatonin, guys. Relax.
So, I will say, so select which of the 3 doors you like.
Outside.
Oh wait, sorry, you backed up. I'll let you do that. Yeah. So, all right, you cast a spell. You do see the one in the room does plummet and fall asleep like successfully.
All right.
You don't know what other ones might or might not have been.
Yeah. As soon as I get the chance, I'll look around for more, but I think that might be an action that I don't have.
All right, Morgan.
So the pixie was debating on the story, right?
Uh-huh.
So I will reach into my bag and very carefully take the tinder box that I have and dump the matches out into the bag, close the box back, and pull it out, and in Sylvan say, so when I was in the East, I came across a very interesting piece of fey magic that I managed to capture in this box. Would you like to see it?
Make a deception check.
Why am I using a social route? I have a -1.
Is he too much of a coward to play a bard?
You do see he kind of flies up close.
I open up the box a little bit, just enough he can get in.
He doesn't get in, but he does kind of put up his little 3 fingers up on the edge of it and like kind of look in.
I shove him into the box.
All right, I'll say make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
This went surprisingly well. 19.
Yeah, you kind of like bump his little butt over the edge and then shut it, and you can hear, "Hey, hey!" Kinda,
Oh, come now, little friend. Tricks are part of your culture.
that's racist.
Well, you're not wrong, but just
All right, took one section. Let's go.
-1 charisma.
Raknul.
Taking all complaints from Faye. So I've got 3 unconscious and 1 that is conscious in the bag right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just try to centralize myself so that like it's like a relay system. Everybody, like I'll move closer to the center to make. I'll move closer to people who I know have them. That way they can get them into one location if they want to.
All right.
But I'm just gonna keep holding this fucking bag shut. It's now my job. It's my purpose.
Raknul, bag holder.
I do more than just hold the bag. I keep it shut.
As a
Thank you,
busboy,
thank you.
you're impeccable.
Alrighty.
Is that a bard subclass?
That brings us to their turn. Are any of them visible right now?
Well, there's one in my mouth.
I'm gonna say the one at the window is not able to get the window open alone. Requires multiple of them to really attempt. So now he is going to try and escape. I'm gonna give you a grapple of opportunity, Ryan.
All right. I will definitely take said grapple of opportunity. Kapow.
Oh.
Oh,
You try and snatch him, but he zips away.
Darn.
curse these big meaty pelor fingers.
All right, there's some that have gotten outside. But yeah, Samuel.
I'm going to take the dash action and pointlessly start my turn by jumping.
Sorry, there's one trying to escape from your mouth.
Yeah, I did mention there was one in my mouth.
Sorry, I totally forgot. He is going to try and punch the your uvula.
Okay.
Oh,
Con save?
Yeah, go ahead and give a con save
Which I
Okay, let me
believe is
see what-
replaced by the dire wolves.
versus his strength check.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are blessed.
that is a
Sweet.
good point.
What's it? A D4?
Yes.
Yep.
So 18.
Yeah, it you don't care.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take.
Super annoying.
Yeah.
Like you're not about to start coughing.
All right. I'll take the dash action. How far from the base of the stairs is Raknul?
No more than 30 feet.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna needlessly flex, run the rest of the 10 feet down the stairs, and then jump straight to Raknul.
All right. Ragnar Wolf jumps directly in front of you. The wolf you kind of recognize, and you can see there's a fairy a fae dodging around inside his mouth.
Okay. Is it it's gonna be an involved procedure for him to get that in this bag without letting the other one get out?
I'll say because you used your entire turn as bag holder, I will not. I will let you take one without
Okay.
per turn
All right.
without requiring any kind of check because you're dedicating your entire
I'm dedicating my entire action economy to bag maintenance.
All right, yeah, so you're just gonna wrap the bag over my snout.
You're gonna vomit a Fey into the bag.
It's the world's most glittery hairball.
Beautiful.
So that's about 50 feet of movement that I've used. I will then turn back around, needlessly jump 20 feet straight across because I can, and then go back up to the top of the stairs, and that should probably be about the 50 feet or the extra 50 feet from a dash action.
All right.
He's got a wolf bouncing all over the fucking place.
Fucking Naruto running.
Lovely.
We've pissed off the weebs and the other kin. Who else can we discriminate against in this?
I seem to have lost track of one of them. I'm not going to lie.
Was it the other one that went upstairs?
So there was another one that went upstairs. I do have him. And then I have the two that went out the window, and I have the one that went to the kitchen. So that's 4.
You said there was another one that went to the kitchen.
Yeah, so there's another one that went to the kitchen that's unconscious. That I have that one.
There's 3. There's now 5 in the bag.
One in the kitchen. That's the one I was missing. All right, there we go.
Yeah, there was one that went to the kitchen that we couldn't find, and there was one that went to the kitchen that's unconscious.
Yeah. All right, we're good. We're back. All right. Liam.
So there's none in this main room. I guess I'll go after the one that...
There's the one that just flew away from you.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's flown to the kitchen door.
Oh, I'm going after him. And we're going to try this grappling again. We're trying to grab him.
I would say that he technically dashed towards the kitchen door, so he is... You can't quite get to him. He's pretty fast.
That is not bueno.
He's technically like run through the kitchen door.
Can I move to where I can see him through the kitchen door?
Yeah. I'll say you can move to the kitchen door, open it, and you can see him trying to fly past Elrich.
All right.
Technically, Elrich is in the kitchen door as well, but yeah.
Screw it. I'll try and command him to freeze.
All right, go for it. It's a wisdom saving.
Yeah, wisdom save. I'll throw it up there just for giggles. Come on.
All right, that is a 13.
Does it have to be mid? I have 13 DC, so I forget.
I think
Defender wins.
Defender wins?
Yep.
Darn.
so he kind of stops for him, like he misses one beat of his wings, but does not.
Close. Darn it. This is so frustrating.
Despite the fact that your voice is very loud and commanding, and everyone around is he's like, wow, that's a man who can shout some words.
Look at you! Look at how assertive he is. Wow.
Very assertive.
Wish I could freeze. Oh, fuck.
God, the social grace.
So that will bring us. Is that your turn?
The sternness.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Elric,
All right.
there's another one buzzing around the kitchen with you.
I'm gonna perception check, see if I can find the missing one in here.
All right. Roll perception.
It's gonna be awful. Yep. Can't roll for shit today. I guess I'm gonna try to quickly snatch it using a sleight of hand.
You did the perception check is really an action.
All right. Then I'll just scoop up the sleeping one and put it in my satchel.
All right, I'll let that be.
All right. And that'll be turn.
Is this the satchel where your book is currently, or where your book would usually be? Is your book out?
So the book is in the satchel. It's where I have one messenger bag type thing.
Okay.
Hip, and that's where I'm sticking it in.
All right. All right. That will bring us back to Morgan.
Morgan will very calmly walk over to Raknul and deposit his tinderbox of fairy or fey, tiny fey, into the bag.
Are you just throwing the tinderbox in there, or are you trying to open the tinderbox and like release it into there?
No, I'll throw the whole box in there.
Then I will allow you to do that without releasing them, so long as you are willing to take your action to do so.
Yep. I'm willing to do that.
All right. Raknul. You now have 6 in your bag.
Nice. And no more in immediate view, right?
Nope.
So one left into the kitchen, and Samuel went upstairs to look for the last one.
Well, look for one that went upstairs.
Yeah. Well, the ones that haven't, the ones that we know haven't left the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
or the ones that whatever, ones we haven't seen leave the tavern.
I follow. Yes.
Um,
That is-
I'm gonna sit here with this fucking bag full of Fae. Maybe I'll ask that dude in the plate armor what he wants to do with these.
Oh, the plate armor guy's gone.
Ah, fuck him then.
He left having turned these over to Dale and Ben, who is the younger boy who is
okay.
looking like he's just completely fucked up and is currently just panicking like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh no.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep this bag closed. I'm gonna keep this fucking bag closed. That's my turn.
You'll see Dale is currently like pretty calmly and apathetically preparing jars and like removing the lids from these mason jars and setting them beside like in preparation to
For the maneuver.
repackage.
Yes.
All right, so that will bring us to their turn. The one in the kitchen is going to run away. He runs out the door to the outside, which is cracked open.
Oh, did he not get it with the sleep spell?
No, another one went in.
No.
Not this one. This is the one that went into the kitchen. This is the third one to go in the kitchen.
Oh, there's a third one that went into the kitchen. Never
So there was
mind.
one in the kitchen, then there was a second one that went in the kitchen. He knows he sleep spelled the second one, but wherever the first one is, it may or may not be sleep spelled, depending on where it could get to by the time the sleep spell was cast.
Okay.
Uh,
But a third one.
follow up.
Okay. A third one went into
third
the
one
kitchen.
just
Got out.
went
Okay.
out through an already cracked door out.
Oh, okay.
So let's assume the first one has escaped.
Close the door either way.
All right. So there is Samuel. What are you doing upstairs?
I'm gonna make another perception check, see if I can hear out the last one up there.
No part.
14, 19, hell ye. 22.
You don't hear anything upstairs, but very faintly from one of the rooms, you hear like the sound of the street and a barking dog. And there is an open window inside.
I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Dog ears, can you hear such things?
I got a solid feeling. I probably could catch up with the dash actions and jumping around like an ape, but something tells me that a fucking dire wolf leaping through the city might not go over well.
Additionally, this creature can fly. No, I don't.
Yeah,
no, I am not
also-
a. No, I am not an expert in dire wolves. But I have good information that suggests that they are incapable of flight.
Dude, just one more level. Just you wait.
Don't know about that.
All right. So, what would everyone like to do now?
Help the bartender get these fucking Fae into the jars.
walk downstairs quite literally with my tail between my legs.
I'll say that
I'll pet Sam's head.
there only is one that is difficult, which is the one that's like loose inside. Oh wait, no, there's 2 loose inside.
Yeah, one's in a box, 4 are unconscious.
Yeah. So I'll say you're able to like, I don't know. I'm not gonna make us roll for this one, but you're able to open it for a little bit, and he's able to just snatch it into a jar as soon as you like open it. Like it's basically the moment you open the bag a little bit, these things are gonna run out. So he just holds the jar up to the opening, and they just run right into the jar.
Yep.
They're not like hella smart. But yeah, you all watch as he's able to rejar 7 of the 12.
That's not bad.
Unless anybody's keeping one.
Nah, I don't need Faye.
There's only one
Are
person
they
who has
useful for anything?
Elrich. Do you turn yours in, Elrich?
Yeah, I don't need a Faye in my bag. All right. Let's just ask.
All right. So, I think as they're gathered in jars, that seems like a pretty good place to call for a break. All right, we are back from break. So you all have gathered these Fae into the little jars. He set 7 of them out. Some are still missing, but he seems to kind of be okay with that. Luckily, the original job posting only desired 5, and there was just a little bit of a cash bonus for each past that. So no harm, no foul, and you are, of course, within my debt.
To how many gold pieces is that?
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, and he would actually go ahead and give each of you 7 gold.
Hey.
Well,
That's pretty good. That's pretty
That would
good.
have been a pretty embarrassing situation for me.
oh, you know, it could have been worse. They could have all gotten out. Luckily, we were here.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't cause too much trouble.
I wouldn't be too worried about it.
It should be fine, right?
Most likely.
Morgan just starts laughing.
Now,
Okay there, buddy?
No.
Fair
They're
enough.
gonna be
Not
such...
sure if he's actually laughing or if
are you still a wolf, by the way?
sarcasm.
No. No.
Always ask yourself.
I'm not wanting to get into the fur debate quite that fast. We'll get there, but like there are some breaks on this train yet.
Saving that for level 10.
In any case, you all seem like a pretty capable group after all.
I suppose so, yeah.
It's not an adventure per se, but I do have a job. No more danger than the road would ever normally hold. It's basically a glorified courier, but one with a pretty important package.
Pretty
That
important
sounds
package
like
to say. And Samuel gives him a wink.
I lean over.
Dick.
I lean over to Samuel and whisper, "Are we prostituting ourselves now?"
No. I'm just trying to. God damn.
Did I hear what he says?
Yes, you can.
Not sure that's what. I can't possibly imagine that he's talking about that.
He turns to you, Liam, and he kind of pulls out like a leather scroll, a leather scroll case. This is a sealed message. If it's opened by anyone other than the intended recipient, the contents will be burned.
Understood. And where's this going exactly? To whom?
Travel to the gate of Coltine. It's about 2 weeks away, north of here.
The gate of
Coltine.
Coltinen.
Coltinen. All right then.
And I assume that 10 gold per day is agreeable.
I'd say that sounds agreeable. The rest of you?
Yeah.
I presume you all want to come.
Yes. I mean, I have.
Yeah,
And
I'm in.
before releasing the scroll, he kind of draws it back a little bit. And this is assumed to be payment alongside the gold for your discrepancy.
Understood.
I have a few people in mind that would normally do this sort of position to me, but I happen to know they're going to be a couple days, and the one behind this asked for a rush.
I understand. There are
Wait, is that 10 gold per day per person or 10 gold per day total?
specifically.
That's 10 gold per day.
What is the specific time frame we're looking at to
Oh,
get this
just
to
fine.
its destination?
Time frame?
Time frame, yes.
As soon as you can get there.
All right, double time then.
It wasn't really a deadline. He just said as fast as you can.
If I could ask, in addition to the gold, perhaps maybe we could work a favor for a favor?
This is a favor for a favor, but my ears open.
Could you perhaps be on the lookout for someone who might be interested in sponsoring us, or at least allowing us to attend to their menial needs while they do higher paying jobs for a fee?
This turns out all right? Yeah.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
And that just happened?
Pro bono?
I can't have it. You see, these jobs, you take the job, he points at the board where they're usually a lot more full of jobs, but right now it's kind of dry. Take the job, bring it back here, you turn in, when it's a retrieval, you turn in the retrieval to me and I pass it to the client. It's kind of a sketchy situation that one would turn it into me and it would not make it to the client. Discretion.
We will be very discreet. All right then. Let's do a quick introductions, or everyone get your stuff together, and let's try to get out of here as soon as possible.
I'll pick my stuff up from in front of the door where I left it.
I am still packed, so I will just start.
And hold up. You can do those introductions right here while you're writing your names down. This is a formal posting.
Right.
Lovely.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna finish putting my stuff in my bag.
I'm going to be cramming potato in my mouth.
Liam Cross.
I'm gonna be watching that.
Pleasure to meet all of you, and I look forward to our journey together.
All right. So, what are you each signing on this paper that he withdraws?
My name.
Samuel.
So I would actually do the full name of Elrich Vesalius. Vesalius.
Okay. Raknul.
Yeah, I'll write Raknul down.
You're going to write your name.
It's just a bunch of like a collection of straight lines, very jagged.
And it's kind of odd for you. You've never signed your name in common.
Yeah, I know the letters, but it's not like
Yeah,
comfortable.
exactly. It's like one of those things that you sign your name like 1,000 times. It's just a signature, and you almost instinctually start to write in Orcish, and you have to kind of like draw it back in towards common.
I will do Morgan Lindor, but I will very purposefully try and make it as complicated and illegible as possible.
Oh, so you're writing it in cursive.
Yeah. Really old-timey cursive.
You all sign your names, and he kind of pushes two tables together to make a table that is large enough to accommodate your group as you maybe discuss the journey ahead.
Well, I suppose I'll start after Mr. Cross. I'm Morgan. This is my associate Samuel. I didn't know he could turn into a dog. That was new.
I think he was a wolf. He was much larger than a dog.
And I'm
Larger than most wolves too.
Yes.
sure that most people can't turn into wolves. Well, how much?
Regardless, I'm a servant of Ayun, and if you need to be patched up, I'm probably the person who's going to do it. So please try not to need that.
I am glad that I won't have to take care of that. Thank you.
I make no promises.
Okay.
A pleasure. Our skills will be quite useful, I'm sure. And look around.
I'll go. Samuel. Obviously, kind of a magic comes from more of a nature perspective. Grew up with a family of druids, and recently been out traveling on the sea, and decided to make my way back inland and see what the inland had to offer.
All right. I think that covers everyone that I've met.
So I'm Elrich. I think you covered it briefly, but no one else here knows anything about the arcane, do they?
No, I mean, yeah, no, we do. I mean,
I know him. Oh, go ahead.
As a brief interrupt, the magic that some of you do in terms of the divine or the druidic is not the arcane.
Okay.
And that is a different, like, that would be a different term to you. Like,
Okay.
arcane matters do cover all magic, but not all magic looks at itself from the arcane lens.
Yeah.
It's like those people who sell healing crystals wouldn't normally be called geologists, but a geologist can analyze the healing crystals.
Yeah.
Just
Yes, yeah, you just have to bring up the geologist on everything. Just gotta flex on us like that, Chris.
Well, anyways, I'm stumbling my way into that field, and I will be honest with all of you. This is my first adventure. So, yeah.
Well, you did quite well. I actually do know a bit about the arcane.
Oh, maybe
it's not what.
And he will just pull out this like fucking moldy ass like thick leather bound book and like drop it in front of you. I've deciphered a little bit, and he opens it up and it is. I'm trying to remember. It's just all like not even like a solid script, just all like rotating diagrams, and it like there aren't clear magical signs. All of it is just like gibberish.
It's like written in code or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Let me look at it, and I'll cast guidance on myself. So I'll tap the side of my glasses, and you'll just see all of these runes start scrolling down my lenses, and I'll check it out. I'm guessing that's an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
should be 11.
A straight intelligence for figuring out code.
Oh, straight intelligence.
It looks like so it's just analyzing, not decoding it, but just analyzing it.
Yeah. 1d4. So 12.
It appears to be a spell book of some nature, whether it is just simply somebody's like analysis of things, or if it is itself capable of like acting as or casting spells in the sense of like a scroll would be. You can't even tell. There's definitely a magical energy about it. Like the script is not just natural. Even as you watch it, it seems to almost change occasionally. and you feel almost pulled to it in a way that is concerning.
So yeah, I've figured out a few of the things, but it's mostly just Elvish to me. Well, no, I know Elvish. It's you understand.
Yes. Well, given my limited experience with practicing the arcane, what I do know is that in some circles, typically with very powerful archmages, they may not stick to a standardized method of denoting how they perform magic or how those rituals might be done in their own style. It's becomes somewhat nebulous. At a certain level, magic becomes more art than science, even though the underlying principles are very scientific. I would be very cautious with
I'm sure.
what information I pull from this.
Fine, but thank you.
Do keep me up to date. This is fascinating.
Oh, I have all my notes in here, and he's gonna pull out like about half the size, but it's like a small travel notebook. He's like, oh, I have everything I figured out in here so far, but
We'll have to get that bound.
Well, this is just great. Everyone's getting along just wonderfully already. And I look to old Dale. Is there anything else that we need to do before leaving?
Introducing the large green one who's terrifying and built like a brick shithouse?
Oh, he's not scary at all.
oh yeah,
He's a big old softy.
No, he's objectively terrifying.
It's like
I peed a little.
Just as a general note, Morgan,
Mhm.
you have never, ever seen an orc before,
Yeah.
but you have heard of them. And not well.
Yep.
Everyone else probably has seen like a half orc at least sometime in their life. Even Ulrich in the middle of nowhere, but in this valley, has crossed paths with a half orc before. But Morgan, not where you're from.
There's nothing half about this.
No.
I'll like look at you and just say Raknul.
Is that all he can say?
No, that's his
No.
name. I wouldn't worry about him. We've been traveling together for a little bit. He's quite trustworthy, I can assure you.
We'll need to stock up on rations. I don't think we have enough for the road there and back.
You're probably right. Good thinking. Is there...
Transportation? Or is that a bit out of our wheelhouse?
How far is it, Chris? Does anyone know how?
He said it was I think he said it was 2 weeks one way.
You would see that there is actually a large map painted on the wall beside specifically of the Broad River Vale, the valley you're within. And that if you look on roll 20, that's to scale.
I don't remember travel time stuff very well.
It's like 20-ish miles on foot per day for 8 hours of marching.
That's assuming we
Yeah.
don't take the road, which is going to add on to that. Yeah, straight line. Well,
It's an estimate.
we could possibly meet up with a caravan headed out that way for trading purposes. Provide pro bono extra muscle for since we're already getting paid anyway.
As a general estimate, you can assume 40 kilometers per day.
Okay.
That is 24 miles. That's roughly 24 miles to kilometers. It's really 38, but I'll give you 40. I don't know.
So 4.5, 5 days.
Oh, I don't know about you, gentlemen, but I don't think I can afford. horses or anything of the sort to get us there any faster at this particular time. So, but I'm more than happy to hoof it over there, so to speak. How many? What's the estimate on foot?
40 kilometers a day, approximately 200 kilometers. If we were moving full pace. Oh, sorry. Give me an actual number here.
All right.
About 260 kilometers if you take the road.
Yes, that actually is exactly the number that I had come up with as well, which is about 6.5 days of travel.
Okay.
That's
So about a week.
So 2 weeks, about roughly 2 weeks round trip. We should stock up.
That's assuming consistent pacing, and it's also assuming a few things about mountain travel, which are not always true in terms of the length of time you are able to travel in a day.
Right.
What direction does that river flow? I assume it flows inward. It flows.
No Pacific River flows up into the mountain.
I was about to say we're traveling into the mountains. I'm going to go with the river isn't going to help us out here.
The Fable Fork flows south.
Yeah.
It's south
Right.
on this map.
All right.
It was definitely one of those questions like I knew the answer as soon as I asked it. I was like, oh wait, fuck it, mountains, duh.
Yeah.
We presume we need,
It is totally fair.
at a minimum, 12 days of food. And anything else?
Well, I mean, I guess we don't technically. Now, is the gate of. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that right now.
Coltine.
Is that like a city in and of itself, or is that just like a guard outpost or whatever the fuck?
History check.
Okay.
The bartender, by the way, has Dale has left you guys for the moment. He is getting meals for other patrons that have begun to.
Hey, natural 20. For some reason I have studied this place, I guess, or some shit. 21 though.
Yeah, you definitely are familiar with the Gate of Koltainen. It is a large, it was formerly a dwarven settlement. It's built across the valley between two mountain peaks, and it is the only way across between the Broad River Vale and the valley above it.
It's like a guard checkpoint or a fortress of some kind.
Yes, it is a pretty major military establishment in the current time for this kingdom. It also is kind of an ancestral access point to an Elvish Vale beyond it, which is I think on the map.
Yeah,
I got scrolled away. Savannah, which is that was an Elvish settlement where they the Gate of Koltainen was kind of reposted. It was built by the dwarves originally, but for other purposes, and the elves retook it to kind of protect that valley from the orcs that lived within the Broad River Vale sometime before now.
Okay.
The rest of you don't know this, but you've heard a few sailor shanties in your day.
Mm-hmm.
And a few of them talk about the seven wonders of the dwarvish world, and this is one of the higher ranked.
Neat.
Another is the White Sinks itself and the bridges that cross it.
Neat.
Okay. Do you want to break up and meet back here while everyone goes and gets whatever supplies they need?
Yes, and I suppose we could, again, talk to any trading caravans that might be headed out that way and work pro bono for them. Safety in numbers, and who knows, maybe they might know a faster route.
I feel like 5's a pretty safe
There's
number.
5 of us, we're in good
Wait a
company.
second. Wasn't there a lady with y'all?
Yeah, she'll probably catch up. I wouldn't worry about her.
All right.
Anyway. Yeah, I actually, to be perfectly honest, I think the caravan would probably just slow us down. The 5 of us alone should be able to move at a fairly decent pace even without
Well, we're also getting 10 gold a day.
But we won't be paid until we get back.
Correct.
I think what Morgan was insinuating is that we don't have to get there as fast as possible.
We can get there reasonably. 6-7 days is well within the estimated time period. And if they do slow us down before then, we can walk off. No harm, no foul. We're not any under obligation.
No, but I would assume that part of this is all of us want to be recognized as official adventurers, and making a good impression might suit us well.
Yes, but discretion was also mentioned. I suppose Caravan is a point against that. Very well.
Anything else? And I'll call.
In your sailor shanties, you would have heard a couple like related just details. The Gate of Koltainen is like the bridge between the Coatl Mountains and the Empyrean Mountains.
Okay.
Those in the real world, as we know them, equivalent to approximately the Sierra Nevada and the Himalayas.
Okay.
So the Gate of Koltainen is pretty high up there. It's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Gold.
It might require some special care along the road. It is. I mean, it's not an untraveled road. I mean, it's a known military establishment. It's a known part of the kingdom. There are people who come and go, so it's not like into the wild frontier. But you might want to think about purchasing things.
Chris, how much gold did we get from that instance?
I think you got 7 apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, y'all, how do y'all deal with cold weather?
Morgan looks at his very breezy vestments.
I guess as good as anyone else.
In Morgan,
I used to live in the mountains.
this is cold weather. Morgan, like
Yeah.
this is cold weather.
It gets
For this
colder.
time of year, because like the lake it gets pretty cold in the winter. Like it's south, but that you're in the southern hemisphere, so that's north.
Yeah, it's like 60 to 50 degrees or something. It's not that bad.
What Chris is trying to say is that you're a long way from Texas.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. To clarify, Ian, what I was saying is that your home does get kind of cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this is an altitude question because within the Vale is up on a plateau of sorts, and so it is colder here.
Right. I should probably buy a coat.
Yeah, or 2 might be a good idea.
I wasn't expecting the cold till winter, so I probably need one as well. This isn't the thickest.
And we might want to grab some tinder boxes as well. Fire's probably going to be a pretty useful thing for us.
I have one.
I've
Out
got
there.
one of those, and I hold up the empty tinderbox.
Didn't you drop all the tinder?
No, it's in my bag.
Oh.
Your bag is a tinderbox. Is that safe?
No. But I was very clever with it. We'll buy more.
Okay, we've just.
Liam,
Yes,
you'll need to come with me when we buy supplies.
you're right. Let's go. Unless there's anything else that we think needs addressing, everyone can go gather what they need and meet back here in approximately. Anyone got an estimate how long?
2 hours? It's a sample time.
What time? It's still morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still morning. That would put you.
Okay, yeah. So
Chris, would I have like a large like pelt for cold weather from my previous life?
Would you?
Probably. I'd have something.
Yeah, I mean, you. So what I was gonna say is that the reason I'm giving you this option is because you are from the mountains.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
So I would say that you probably would already have
Okay.
quote unquote cold weather gear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
shoot,
like,
I
you
lost
know,
my
something
train
that would help me handle it, but like is you know what I mean.
of thought. Oh, time. We don't have any way to actually tell time, do we? So I'm assuming there's not like clock tower or anything of that nature.
No, dude, just like go out and
There's
buy
the
a
sun.
just like go out and buy a wristwatch.
Yeah.
There's no
So
There
I'd
actually-
say midday. We're trying to meet back here around midday. I'm trying to like,
Oh, that's what he's trying to do.
yeah. See,
Sure.
So to clarify, 2 hours from now would be more like like it'd be like 10 maybe. You're pretty early in the morning still.
okay.
We'll go buy.
So yeah, meet midday at the latest. Let's try to get out of here by then. That seem fair?
Yeah.
All right then. We will.
Elrich, you're free to join me and Sam.
Sure. I'm just looking for a coast. That should be fine.
So I'm guessing Raknul and I are gonna go get some rations, and I don't have a tent or anything. I should probably get some warm clothes.
Oh, that's right. We need a tent. We need
Alright.
tents.
So
Yeah.
as you all split ways and kind of go about your individual business, I think this is going to be a good point to stop our first chapter and move on to the next and begin with the shopping, because that's always a great way to start the game.
To start the day.
That's where we rejoin you guys next week, 8 o'clock on Twitch. Come see us. We appreciate everybody that's doing it. What are you supposed to say? Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, favorite,
and
subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Sponsored by Audible.
We're new to this.
If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription each month. Make sure you give us that.
You cannot subscribe to us right now, but maybe when you're watching this, you will be able to. Probably not. But you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can definitely follow us on Twitch. And those are the things that you should do, because
Those are
we're
great
cool,
things.
right? But anyway, I've enjoyed playing tonight. I've enjoyed sharing this group with everybody else because I've always really liked this group. It's just one of those crazy things how somehow we all bumble our way into a fun time. And until next week.